This is Bob E. Kelly, also known as Recording, Imagining a Podcast, part of the Bob Struggles series, where I struggle with technology to bring you little bits of life here in the COVID-19 playroom. Yes, it's one of those places. Right there is the star of the day, one of my fans. Hmm. Anyway, podcasts. I don't know exactly how this will go as podcasting is concerned, but in my first experiment with it, which went on for like an hour and a half, which is much too long for a podcast, but I came to the conclusion that probably telling you stories from growing up and from not growing up would be of interest to you. Perhaps. Anyway, also there's always the tirades. And I was thinking of starting with one of my tirades. Because, make it interesting. Hey Slovakia, how you doing? Nice to have you here on this here sort of a podcast. Yeah, Bob, imagining a podcast. I struggle to imagine a podcast. And, yeah, live interaction, amazing. And from so far away. I mean, Lord, when's the last time you talked to somebody from over there? I don't know. But anyway, Bob struggles to imagine a podcast. To get back to that, telling stories, I think, is the secret here, I think, to this particular kind of podcast, where it's being very unfocused, completely unscripted, and maybe even unthought about, not pondered in any way, shape, or form, but simply done in this very simple, handheld manner, at least for the time being. We'll see how this all goes. If we have a lovely reaction, like these two people who have stayed so far, they haven't hit the like button yet, but that's okay. Thank you. Uh, where was I? I don't remember. Oh yes, I do. Where was I? I was talking about what subject matter we're going to get into uh, uh, in this imaginary podcast, or my struggle to imagine one, is that it'll be anything that comes to my mind, really. That'll be exactly what it is. Now, hopefully, you can hear what I was saying because I'm talking in my really low ASMR kind of voice. Not because it's just it's it's my natural tone of voice when I'm trying to talk to someone in a communicative manner. Yes, it is. Look, they've gone down to two. They didn't like me. Two people came and went. Oh, and now another one is gone. What is mother to do? I don't know. So, what got me started on this podcasting? People tell me that all the time. You should do a podcast. I'm saying, if I did a podcast, what exactly would I do a podcast about? And that's what my first experiments were about. To see how you could hold interest with the stories and a randomness to it. So I'm thinking, yeah, we could probably do that. And if I start with a tirade, that might be good. It is political season. It's time for us to elect our representatives and the midterm elections, some senators too. So it says we call it here the silly season because your phone never stops ringing with people polling you to find out, what are you going to vote for? Oh, and what's your feeling on these emotional things that are going on around here right now? And it's like, oh, please leave me alone. I mean, it's kind of nice to be considered the people that are going to set the tone for the nation here in New Hampshire. Well, I mean, it's a complete vanity, but it's. I used to think it was fun to answer some of them because they were you could mess them all up. I'm voting communist. Why? I don't want them to know. I mean, polling. It's like it's like people like me that what's upsets polls. Get the outliers. Thank you for the like. Uh, that's very important with the YouTube is the likes, people interacting and pressing those buttons. The YouTube likes that a whole lot. I don't know why it likes it so much, but it does. It shows that a real dedicated person said, "Yes, I did like that." Because you got to do two things, I guess, to get to a like. Whereas in all the other ones, you just hit the heart. People go right through hitting hearts, and it cheapens the likes. Not like on YouTube where you have to work to get a like. So there. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, I was talking about the podcast and where we're going with the podcast, and we don't know exactly where we're going with the podcast. I do know that it's going to be this kind of thing for the time being. It's going to be this kind of handheld. Uh, Let me talk to you real close from here. Hey Sam, how are you? We got Sam, we got Claudia, and we got Slovakia here. I mean, how many times you got Slovakia in your life? Let me tell you, not too many times. No, siree. Well, maybe for me, I get people from all over the world. It's very interesting how my audience is composed. It's composed completely at random. It's hardly ever maintained. I'm just the worst at doing all that fan stuff. And because I'm retired. I'm not supposed to work at this stuff. And that's the best thing. I don't have to work at this stuff if I don't want to. But I do. I want to. Why do I want to? Because I like all you guys, and I like performing. That's what I really like. And I'm hoping that you can hear this okay because this is a little different than I normally would set up anything. using using my baffle as a stand, and a stand holding the camera inside these little foam fingery things that you may see on the sides a little bit there, sticking into the frame. Yes, and back here, we got Freddie PhD, and with his friend Towley. Yep, and there's all my hats and my shoes and my cords and nightmarish equipment. Let's see, here's more. Well, that's the thing. This doesn't YouTube. I should be able to turn this camera around. I don't know why. I'm not. Now you can't see anything on because I don't have any of the monitors on because we're not using them. But the key and the keyboard is not really on. I mean, the lights around it are all on, but I never turned the keyboard on. Of course, you won't be able to hear it unless I disconnect and use the built-in speaker. Look, hi, Tolly, how you doing? Don't forget to bring a towel. Don't know where hotel towels are free. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I'm looking rather unkempt today. I didn't get real kempt earlier in the day. I just finished dinner. No, I didn't finish dinner. What did I just finish doing? I finished doing something. Who can remember? No, dinner is actually coming. That's why this live may be interrupted by the presentation of pizza from from the car of my wife. Yes, she went out to get pizza, and hopefully it's going to be one of these good pizzas. You never know. This guy used to be good, and then he wasn't good anymore, and now her coworker told her it's now good again. So we are going to find out if this is really true. Is it truly good again? Or is it just a rumor caused by her coworkers? And if it is, then we're going to be talking to them on Monday. Yeah. That's what I would be doing anyway. Yes, look at that. There's 4 people here. Thank you for sitting around and listening to me, because that's all this is ever. This podcasty kind of thing is going to be that, just me talking. What am I going to be talking about? I don't know. And right now that you've seen that, I don't know what I'm talking about. There's no plan. There will be no plan to this podcast. I want it to be completely ad hoc, which means there will be uneven. But you know, sometimes it's nice to be uneven. Sometimes it's nice not to have pressure to you got to make this and knock them out of the ballpark. No, I think I just need to show who I am, which is that's the podcast. Who I am. That's where I try to imagine who I am into a podcast as Bob struggles, and that's why I struggle. No wonder I struggle. I don't plan. That's awful. We would love to hear about what you've been working on. What have I been working on? Nothing. putting a putting a battery in my tractor. It's taken me a long time. I've been working on my golf game. It's taken me a long time to get in. I got the battery. I put it in. It didn't fit. So I had to bring the battery back, and I didn't trust them anymore. So I have to go get a battery from somebody who made the last battery, which might be a good idea, and we'll go from there. This is how this is all going to work. And being old, like one chore a day is enough. Even half a chore is enough. I got the energy to go play a game of golf or sit here and play music, but I haven't got the energy to really work hard at anything physical. Yeah. I don't know, I'm getting kind of old. That's the way I feel. Old and crotchety and cranky and creaky. Yeah, a little creaky. And you know, people look at you and go, oh, look at how quirky and creaky he is. And it's like, yeah, it hurts a little, but not so much that I can't move around. And that's a good thing. And actually, so much that it means that I should move around more so that I'm less creaky. Because as long as I'm moving, I'm great. It's when I stop moving that becomes a problem. Also, how long I'm moving, how far, what the terrain is like. All of these things have an effect on how tired I get or whether my muscles get stiff. Stiff. Stiff, I guess, is the word. It's really just a pain. It's in the extremities, in the legs. So it's something they call claudication in my legs that causes this. And I don't know that they know exactly what the pain comes from. So anyway, this is a very, very short live because podcasts are going to be like 15 minutes long. We're at 14 minutes right now. So I'd like to thank everybody who stopped by to see the very first episode of Imagining a Podcast, Bob Struggles, because it's going to be a classic, folks. It's going in the books. It's the most random podcast ramble you've ever heard. This is a smile from Mr. Common Sense. Absolutely. So, yes, I haven't been working on anything. Actually, I've been working on a couple of songs, one that I want to get recorded. We might talk about that next time on Imagining a Podcast, Bob Struggles. We'll see you soon. I need music, don't I? I gotta have an intro. Get a logo. Get a bumpers. All that stuff. Waiting for the pudding to start. Yeah, that'll be good. All right. We'll see you later. Where's the off button here? I can never